Alright, what's up guys? We're gonna try to finish this video before I get eaten by the mosquitoes. I am back, and I'm still in Oregon, okay? What is this, part 6? 6, I think. And I still have more coming. Guys, Oregon has so many good bookstores, and I haven't even been to Portland. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna go to Portland, because I'm sure if I go there, I will spend even more money. I'm just going to the coastal towns, and there's so many books. Anyway, let's get going on today's stack. It's no category, just random, assorted. First up, we've got a book, I believe it's from 1472, so quite a while ago. Your mom was probably still alive at that point. And this is by Castiglione, very Italian name. And that is the Book of the Courtier. It's a book on manners and etiquette and kind of how to help advise somebody to make decisions and to kind of navigate that position of an advisor / courtier. Yeah, kind of cool. Next up we have, wow, Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I purposely don't look up these names so that it's more entertaining for you guys. Solzhenitsyn, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. There's the title, or the dappling of the light through the trees is kind of inconsistent. It's hard to see things. There's the cover. Apparently it's about a guy in a gulag during World War II. And yeah, I just recently read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, so I wonder if there's a lot of similarities. But yeah, I think it just covers sort of life in the gulag. So kind of dark. Not sure I want to read that, but it is history. Next up we have a 1911, a book published in 1911, don't know why I said it like that, that was weird, by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and it's her most famous work by far, and people really like it. This light is terrible, sorry guys. So I don't want to butcher it too bad, but it is The Secret Garden, and I probably could have bought a more beautiful edition. This one's kind of meh, but it was only $4. And this book, it's for kids, I think, but it's one of those books like sort of like The Little Prince, where you can read it at any age and it's still good. And I think it's about a girl who's born in British India, and her parents are kind of they die by, I think, cholera or some sort of epidemic, and then they're forced to she's forced to move back to England with a distant relative, and she's kind of all neglected and alone. And she finds this secret garden on the property, and as she tends to it, it kind of helps other people and their health improve. Somehow there's some sort of like magical tie between people's health and the garden. So it's kind of a happy little story about that. And this light is absolutely terrorizing me right now. It's just terrible. Next up, we have a book published in 1887 by a guy named Edward Bellamy, and that is Looking Backward, 2000 to 1887, by an American guy. Here's the cover. It is a utopian time-traveling sci-fi book where the author or the protagonist goes into like this hypnotic sleep and wakes up like 120 years later in the year 2000, and it's by then the world's transformed into this like socialist utopia, and I think the book is mostly meant as a vehicle for the author's political beliefs. I think he was mostly an activist. I'm not really so much of a novelist, but yeah, kind of a cool early sci-fi. Next up, we have a cool copy here of Jean-Baptiste Racine, Frenchman, and his play Fedra. Now, I think it's based on an earlier Greek play or Greek mythology, and it's about a lady she's a queen, and she falls in love with her stepson, which is kind of weird, but yeah, her illicit obsession kind of is the downfall of everybody. And it says on the back, one of the greatest plays of all time. I feel like so many back covers kind of just gas up the book so much, and I mean, I guess they have to, right? Got to drive sales. But Penguin Classics, so hard to go wrong. Next up, we have The Magnificent Ambersons by Booth Tarkington. Okay, Booth Tarkington, maybe you've never heard of him. I hadn't. He's one of only 4 authors to have won the Pulitzer Prize more than once. I think Faulkner did it as well, John Updike, then one other guy named Whitehead. I'm not sure who he is. Anyways, this is second in a trilogy. I didn't know that when I bought it. I like buying full sets. Now, do you need to read the first book of the trilogy to get this one? I don't think so. This is the book that won him the Pulitzer Prize one of the times. And it's about kind of a very rich family in Indiana. Sorry, not Indiana. In Indianapolis, I think. And they have a kid named George, and he's kind of spoiled. And it kind of follows the generation as he grows up and how they kind of lose their wealth because they're not really adapting and changing with the times, and industrialization and the emergence of the car is kind of causing them to lose their money somehow. So yeah, Magnificent Ambersons. Yeah, and if it does seem like I'm hurrying, I am. I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes. Next up, we have Penguin Classics. I tried to say obviously and awesome at the same time. That didn't work. And that is Aeschylus's The Orestian Trilogy, consisting of Agamemnon, the Sophori, and Eumenides. My understanding of the plot is that there's a guy named Agamemnon. He's a king. He gets murdered by his wife, and then she gets murdered by their son, and then he gets put on trial, and yeah, a bunch of weird things go on. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know much about it. Next up, we have some hardcovers. Okay, I've seen this one several times, but I only bought it this time. Not sure why. I think maybe I actually just like the cover. That is James Watson's The Double Helix. Okay, so if you know anything about the history of biology, you'll know that Watson and Crick discovered the structure of DNA being a double helix, and this is kind of just him recounting the experience of him being a young scientist and kind of contributing to this like crazy discovery. But I don't think it's going to be that long of a read. The text is pretty big. Anyways, 2 more here. We have a Harvard Classics hardcover of, what does it say on there? Like American Historical Documents. Okay, this is more of a reference just for my own, just to have. And it has a bunch of interesting things in here, including Bill of Rights, the Constitution, Gettysburg Address, sort of just famous American stuff. Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation, some of the Federalist Papers, it looks like, some treaties. Yeah, so it's a good historical document or compilation of historical documents to have. So, yeah, cool. And lastly, we have a compilation volume, selected verse and prose poems of Baudelaire, Rimbaud, and Verlaine. 2 or 3 French poets. I think the movement associated with them is symbolism. When are they from? I think 1800s. I believe that's true. But yeah, do I really care much about French poetry? Sorry, not really. That's why it's good to have them all in one volume. Got all my bases covered. Anyways, yeah, that's the stack for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you click on a video next. It could be in 10 seconds, it could be in a week, it could be in a month, but I know you're going to come back at some point, so I'll see you next time.